Week 7, question 8 asks us to project trial volume. You know, based on the lesson for this week, that there's several steps to projecting trial volume. The first of which is to calculate your target population. In this case, the case gives it to you. So step 1, target population is equal to 250,000. The next step is to calculate your trial rate. So you've done some surveying, and you see that 25% have indicated that they will buy, and 45% of those surveys indicated they probably will buy. We know that we just eliminate this, and we take a look at 25% who definitely buy. Well, we're going to adjust that because we know only about 80% of them do end up buying. 45% say they probably will buy. We're going to adjust that because we know about 30% do end up buying. So we take a look at that, and we come up with a trial rate of 33.5%. Okay, keep these two numbers in mind. We're going to proceed to the next slide. The next step in the procedure is to calculate your ACV distribution. So again, we're only concerned in the numerator with taking the sales where you see your product is distributed. So where you see a yes, I'm circling. Okay, and now we're going to add this up. Adding up all of those sales. And then dividing by the total sales, where that's you have to tally up all of the sales. You have to add all of these sales together. And what you'll end up is with 15.5 million. We're working in thousands here, so we'll leave that in thousands. And execute that math, and what you'll end up with is an ACV distribution of 32.9%. Next step in the process is step 4. We want to calculate our adjusted trial rate. So there we take our trial rate, which we calculated in the previous slide of 33.5%, and we adjust it for awareness. In this case, the case gave you the awareness. So I've just put a snippet of the case there to remind you where I'm getting that 65%. So awareness is 65%, and ACV was just calculated above at 32.9. For an adjusted trial rate in this case of 7.2%. On to the next slide now for step number 5, where we calculate our trial population. We take our target population, if you'll recall from step 1, was 250,000, and we multiply that by our adjusted trial rate of 7.2% to get a trial population of 18,000. So that means we're estimating that 18,000 people will purchase our product in year 1. Step number 6 asks us to calculate trial volume, where you take your trial population of 18,000 and you multiply it by the number of units purchased in the period. Well, I remind you of the snippet in the case that indicated that it's estimated that everyone's going to buy 1 unit per year. So that means our trial volume then is 18,000 units.